Upon seeing this, Song Hongai and Wang Jiayao were both shocked. The Fang family owns hotels. Many hotels in Yunju below 4 stars are theirs. Wang Jiayao clicked through the list. Every single hotel name belonged to the Fang family. Wang Jiayao was too nervous to speak. Song Hongai took a puff of her cigarette and said, "This must have been Yi Chen's doing. I didn't expect that Yi Chen, who seemed so honest for the past 3 years, was just pretending. He can be quite ruthless when it comes to revenge." With so many guests' private information leaked, the name Yijia is going to be ruined. The stock price will definitely crash tomorrow. Paying for repairs is a minor issue. The real concern is that people will stop staying at this hotel. I heard the Fang family recently spent a lot of money buying hotels in smaller cities. That money is probably wasted. Wang Jiayao shook Song Hongai's arm and asked, "Is the Fang family finished?" Song Hongai exhaled a small smoke ring. "Possibly." Just then Wang Jiayao's phone rang. It was Fang Kao calling. Wang Jiayao and Song Hongai exchanged a glance, then answered the call on speakerphone. Fang Kao said, "Jiayao, I'm sorry for what I said earlier. I shouldn't have talked to you like that." Wang Jiayao remained silent. Fang Kao continued, "Have you seen the news? Our hotel is in trouble and we need cash flow. Could your family lend me 100 million? I promise to pay you back quickly. I'll even give you an extra 50 million. Wang Jiayao was shocked. Fang Kao had actually asked her family for money. Wang Jiayao said with difficulty, "As you know, all the money in our family is in Grandma's hands. I don't have the final say." Fang Kao kept pleading. "Please, Jiayao, can you go ask Grandma for a loan? I wouldn't ask you unless it was absolutely necessary. If you lend us the money, I'll agree to any condition you ask." Wang Jiayao sighed. She said, "Then I'll call and ask." As soon as she hung up, Song Hongai excitedly put out her cigarette and said, "The Fang family is really finished. Even if you have a child with Fang Kao, you won't get a single cent of the property. You should get a divorce as soon as possible." Wang Jiayao was hesitating whether to call her grandmother, but then her grandmother called first. Wang Jiayao answered and said, "Grandma, I was just about to call you. Fang Kao asked me for a loan of 100 million. He says he'll pay us back quickly and give us an extra 50 million. Grandma Wang said angrily, "Borrow money. Borrow his grandmother's leg. Our Wang family has no money to lend him. The Fang family is finished. Jiayao, you divorce Fang Kao immediately and you are not allowed to help them. Also, after the divorce, win Yi Chen back immediately. Yi Chen is the grandson-in-law of the Wang family. I don't care what methods you use. Whether you use your beauty or beg on your knees, you must win him back. If you can't win him back, don't call yourself a member of the Wang family." Then Grandma Wang hung up. Wang Jiayao was very happy because her grandmother shared the same idea as her. They both wanted her to go back to Yi Chen. Song Hongai said, "Let's go to Fang's house and find Fang Kao's parents. We're getting a divorce right now." Song Hongai acted quickly and decisively. She took Wang Jiayao's arm and they left. At the Rose Garden Villa, Song Hong, Wang Jiayao, Fang Kao, and Fang Kao's parents all sat on the sofa in the first-floor living room drinking tea. Wang Jiayao was too embarrassed to bring up divorce, so Song Hongai spoke for her. Song Hongai said, "Uncle Fang, Aunt Liu, I know your hotel has run into trouble and you need money." Jiayao couldn't borrow any from her grandmother either. She only has a few 100,000. "I have 1 million here. If I need more, I'll have to ask my husband. Please don't think it's too little. Just take it." Song Hongai took a bank card out of her bag. Fang Xianju quickly returned the card and said, "Miss Song, I can't take your money. You're short on money right now, but I will solve it myself." Fang Xianju felt very embarrassed. He was even afraid to face his daughter-in-law Wang Jiayao. Wang Jiayao was supposed to marry into a wealthy family, but on her first day in the marriage, she had to borrow money from her own family. Song Hongai continued, "All right then, please contact me if you need anything. There's another matter. I shouldn't be getting involved as an outsider, but Jiayao is my best friend and her happiness is my happiness. She and Fang Kao are not a good match. Forcing them to stay together will not lead to anything good. I hope you can allow them to divorce." Fang Xianju, Liu Rusi, and Fang Kao all turned pale. Fang Xianju thought for a moment and said, "I don't expect Miss Wang to stay and share the hardships with our Fang family. If Miss Wang wants a divorce, then let's get a divorce." Liu Rusi agreed and said, "Miss Song is right. I agree as well." In Liu Rusi's view, the benefits of Fang Kao and Wang Jiayao's divorce far outweigh the harms. The Fang family was being targeted because of Yi Chen. If Fang Kao kept Yi Chen's woman, it would be very dangerous for him. Fang Kao clenched his right fist tightly. He was not willing to accept that the woman he had married was about to be lost in less than a day. He shouted, "I won't leave." Liu Rusi slapped him across the face and said, "Just because you stole Yi Chen's woman, your father's company is now under attack. How can you be so reckless? Go divorce Miss Wang right now. Then tell all your friends that what you said about sleeping with Miss Wang was a lie. Nothing happened between you and Miss Wang. Do you hear me?" Liu Rusi rarely scolded Fang Kao like this. Fang Kao had never seen his mother so angry. Fang Kao burst into tears. A grown man, he cried in front of 3 women. He stood up and shouted, "Fine, let's get a divorce. Wang Jiayao, one day I will make you regret it." Wang Jiayao knew Fang Kao was unwilling to give up. She didn't want to say anything more. She said, "I'll wait for you at the Civil Affairs Bureau." Then she left with Song Hongai. After the two left, Liu Rusi took a tissue and wiped Fang Kao's tears. She said, "Child, don't cry. Come back after the divorce. Mom has prepared a few women for you. They are all in the bedroom on the 2nd floor. Don't go anywhere these next 2 days. Just stay home and give birth, understand?" Fang Kao was completely confused. He said, "What do you mean by this? I don't understand why you are preparing women for me. Do I still need these things after getting divorced?" Liu Rusi said, "Don't worry about it. Just listen to your mother. These women are all very beautiful. I guarantee you will like them." Fang Kao hesitated and then said, "Oh." When Fang Kao went to the Civil Affairs Bureau, his driver took him there. In addition, his family assigned him 2 bodyguards to accompany him, and there were even private cars escorting him in front and behind. Inside the villa, Fang Xianju's face was contorted with rage, and his veins were bulging. He said, "Are you worried that Yi Chen will retaliate against Kaor? He dares to touch my son." Fang Xianju had already guessed why Liu Rusi would arrange women for her son. Liu Rusi was worried that Yi Chen would harm Fang Kao, so she made Fang Kao have a child in advance so they would not be childless in the future. Such foresight was quite sad. Liu Rusi said, "How do you know he would not dare? You saw it today. Liu Zhengkun and Zigua treat him like their master. These 2 are capable of murder and arson. What would they not dare to do?" Fang Xianju angrily smashed a vase on the ground and shouted, "If anything happens to my son, I will fight Yi Chen to the death." Liu Rusi shook her head and said, "Xianzu, you do not need to worry too much. If Yi Chen really wanted to harm our son, he would have done." Fang Xianju replied excitedly, "How could I not worry? The reason he has not made a move yet is because of Wang Jiayao. He wants to see Wang Jiayao marry Kaor before he starts his revenge. It starts today." Liu Rusi grasped Fang Xianju's hand and said, "You should deal with the company's affairs first. I will go to Huisheng Group to find Yi Chen first thing tomorrow morning, hoping to settle this grudge." Fang Xianju nodded. If it could be resolved peacefully, that would be best. After all, Yi Chen's strength was too unfathomable, and the Fang family was no match for him. At 11 p.m., a pure white Maybach landaulet slowly drove into the Rose Garden Villa area. What made this luxury car different was that the front and rear cabins were separate, and the roof of the rear seats could also be opened. In May, Yunju had weather that was just the right amount of warm, with a gentle breeze at night that felt very comfortable. The rear half of the car had lights on and the roof open. The light coming from the back seat carried an air of luxury. One could vaguely see the man in the back seat wearing a white suit and drinking champagne. All the women along the way were so fascinated by him that they wanted to kneel down and beg for his contact information. He was like a prince straight out of a fairy tale. None of these women were worthy of him. At the entrance of the villa, as soon as the car entered, Song Hongai stopped the luxury carriage and shouted, "Yi Chen, President Yi." Yi Chen glanced to his right and slowly lowered the car window. Although the roof was open, the window was closed. He said, "Song Hong." Of course, Song Hongai was not the only one. Wang Jiayao was right next to her. Wang Jiayao, wearing a black Chanel dress, was as beautiful, charming, noble, and elegant as ever. It seemed that a person's beauty was not greatly affected by their mood or character. Wang Jiayao called out to Yi Chen. Although she was dressed in expensive clothes and standing outside a car worth tens of millions, she felt like a beggar. Sitting in the luxury car, Yi Chen looked like a prince from ancient times. Yi Chen ignored Wang Jiayao and looked at Song Hongai instead. To be honest, Yi Chen and Song Hongai's relationship over the past 3 years had actually been quite good. Song Hongai was arguably the friend who treated Yi Chen the best among Wang Jiayao's friends. Wang Jiayao's other friends all looked down on Yi Chen and never looked at him properly. They made him carry things around the mall and run errands to buy food and drinks. However, Song Hongai never mocked Yi Chen. On the contrary, she often invited Yi Chen to dinner. Perhaps it was because Song Hongai was obsessed with looks and liked handsome men, and Yi Chen just happened to fit her taste. Song Hongai was poised and graceful. Because she was bending over, her beautiful long hair fell down and blocked her view. She flipped her hair back and said with a laugh, "Yi Chen, I thought you would not recognize me now that you have become President Yi." Yi Chen laughed and said, "How could that be? I still owe you a few meals." Song Hongai said, "Jiayao and I are here to ask you for food. Can we go to your house and see your mansion?" Yi Chen glanced at Wang Jiayao, then said to Song Hongai, "Miss Song, I am very happy to have you here. But Miss Wang, today is your wedding day with young Master Fang. It is very late, so it is best not to come to my house to avoid." Song Hongai quickly took the divorce certificate from Wang Jiayao's bag, handed it to Yi Chen and said, "What misunderstanding? Jiayao and Fang Kao are divorced." Yi Chen glanced at Wang Jiao's divorce certificate, then returned it to Song. He simply shook his head without saying a word. Of course he knew why Wang Jiao got divorced. He did not expect Wang Jiao to divorce on the very day of her wedding. Seeing that Yi Chen did not speak, Song Hongai leaned against the car window and playfully pleaded, "Handsome Yi, please let us in together. What, are you afraid that the two of us will do something to you?" Yi Chen knew that Song Hongai was always bold in her speech, and when it came to dirty jokes, Yi Chen was no match for Song Hongai. Yi Chen did not like Song Hongai very much because her private life was messy. Wang Jiao was originally a very well-behaved and pure girl, but she slowly turned bad after spending a lot of time with her. However, judging from their appearance today, the two of them were determined to go inside. Yi Chen knew that even if he rejected Wang Jiao today, she would still come looking for him. He said, "Get in the car." Song Hong. The front and back seats were completely different. The front seats were fully enclosed, while in the back seats you could look up and see a sky full of stars. Moreover, the rear seats were very spacious, just like first class on an airplane. There was a table and a place to put champagne glasses. Wang Jiao was extremely excited after sitting down. She thought to herself, "This is my husband's car, a limited edition Maybach. I have never seen one like it before. It is so comfortable, and there is even champagne." After Wang Jiao sat down, her left hand happened to touch a champagne glass. She picked up the empty glass and asked Yi Chen, "Could you pour me a glass?" Yi Chen continued drinking his champagne, his gaze shifting to the left, ignoring her. Because the front row seats did not allow a view of the back row, Song Hong could not see Wang Jiao's embarrassing situation. The car stopped in less than 2 minutes. The driver opened the car door for Yi Chen, and then Yi Chen led the two of them into the villa. As soon as they entered the first floor of the villa, the two were stunned by the luxurious decorations inside. Both of them were rich, beautiful, and had been to all kinds of houses, but Yi Chen's villa was far more luxurious and exquisite than they had ever imagined. Ordinary luxury villas are nothing more than being glittering and opulent as soon as you enter. Extravagant chandeliers, bizarre staircase designs, and valuable sculptures or antiques displayed in the lobby. Yi Chen's villa, however, lacked these ostentatious features, yet exuded luxury. There is no TV background wall, no crystal chandelier, and no layers of suspended ceilings and plaster lines. Instead, there are enclosed sofas, fireplaces, plush carpets, and stylish floor lamps. Song Hong and Wang Jiao are both fashion enthusiasts. No luxury brand can escape their notice. Song Hong said, "Oh my god, is this floor lamp from the Italian brand FLOS's ARCO? Why haven't I seen this model before? I really like this lounge chair too, it looks like it's an Eames." Song Hong kept checking the various items inside the villa. Yi Chen walked towards the refrigerator and asked, "What would you like to drink?" Song Hong said, "Just give me a Coke." Wang Jiao said, "I want to drink honey water." Yi Chen paused for a moment, glanced at Wang Jiao, and then said, "There's no honey here, only mineral water." Song Hong gently pinched Wang Jiao and whispered, "You're really being dramatic. You actually want him to make you honey water." Wang Jiao pouted. Over the past 3 years, she had gotten used to Yi Chen serving her like this, and she really wanted to experience it again. The two took the drinks Yi Chen tossed to them. Song Hong took a sip and said, "Yi Chen, I really love the style and colors of the furniture here. White and blue, blue sky and white clouds. It reminds me of the hotel in Phuket that Jiao and I love the most." Yi Chen said casually, "Oh, many of these things were airlifted from my villa in Phuket, because many of them are limited editions, with only one in the world, and it would take time to remake them. I didn't buy any new ones." Song Hong and Wang Jiao were both stunned, because they both loved Phuket and went there almost every year. Wang Jiao has said countless times that she will definitely buy a villa there when she has money in the future. Yi Chen thought for a moment and said, "Phang Hua Cape in Phuket, more than 2,300 square meters." Song Hong and Wang Jiao were both dumbfounded. Song Hong almost choked on her cola and said, "I'm dizzy." "Wang Jiao and I have stayed in villas over there. They cost at least 60,000 yuan a night. We always felt bad about renting them for a few days, and you actually bought them." Wang Jiao was also very excited. She had been there so many times that her eyes seemed to already see the Andaman Sea outside Yi Chen's villa, which could be enjoyed in 360 degrees. She thought to herself, "The Phuket villa is my dream house. I don't care, it belongs to me, and Yi Chen's is mine. I don't care." Wang Jiao was filled with turmoil and unease. When Song Hong saw Wang Jiao could not control her emotions, she quickly said, "Well, let's go upstairs and take a look." Yi Chen asked, "Take the elevator or the stairs?" Song Hong said, "Let's take the stairs." As soon as she stepped onto the spotless white staircase, Song Hong wondered again, "Why does the design of this staircase look so familiar to me?" Yi Chen could not help but laugh and said, "Sister Hong has such sharp eyes. No design or brand in my villa can escape your notice. Yi Chen's villa is indeed luxurious, but if someone who does not know anything about such things came here, they would not be able to see its value at all. Song Hongai truly lives up to her reputation as a rich, beautiful, and knowledgeable woman. Yi Chen said, I designed it based on the staircase of Iron Man's mansion in the Marvel movie Iron Man. Song Hong immediately laughed and said, no wonder it looked so familiar. So you have brought the mansions of billionaires from the Marvel universe into the real world. That is amazing. Wang Jiayao also likes Marvel movies and Iron Man Tony Stark. Hearing this, she became excited again. Wang Jiayao kept tugging at Song Hongai's clothes from behind and whispered playfully, I love Iron Man too, and I love this staircase too. Song Hongai shook her head helplessly and said, look at your pathetic self. Before the two arrived, Song Hongai had clearly told Wang Jiayao to stay calm and that she would create an opportunity for the two of them to meet alone. But before the important business was even done, Wang Jiayao was already starting to lose her composure. Yi Chen then took the two of them to tour the second floor, which was still a luxurious mansion that drove women crazy. Song Hong asked, Yi Chen, where is your bedroom? We would like to see where you live. Yi Chen said, it is on the third floor, come with me. Yi Chen walked ahead and led the two to his bedroom. The door was very clean and heavy. After pushing it open, the three of them felt a cool breeze. Because the window was open, a cool evening breeze blew in, making the three of them feel refreshed. Turning on the touch-sensitive light, Song Hong and Wang Jiayao saw Yi Chen's bedroom. The bedroom was spotless and free of any messy or gaudy items. The bed and lamp were white, very simple. There was almost no decoration, only a poem hanging on the light-colored wallpaper. Song Hong could not help but walk over and read aloud. Actually, all I long for is a fleeting moment. I never asked you to give it to me. Your life, if only we could be on a hillside covered with gardenias. Meeting you, if only we could love deeply once before parting, then a very long life. It's just that. Looking back, that brief moment. Just as Song Hongai finished reading the poem, Wang Jiayao suddenly spoke up. Wang Jiayao said, Zaimurong's Hope. This is a modern poem by the famous poet Zaimurong, and it is also Yi Chen's favorite poem. Wang Jiayao also really liked this poem. Looking at the lively characters, she could not help but reach out and touch the exquisite paper. However, the moment her hand touched the paper, music suddenly started playing in the room. Wang Jiayao was surprised and said, that music sounds so familiar. It is the theme song from The Story of a Noble Family. The Story of a Noble Family was a TV series that she and Yi Chen watched together during their first year of marriage. Song Hongai was also amazed. How could music start playing as soon as she touched the paper? Song Hongai asked, is that the sound of a music box? Yi Chen replied, it is a tone from Nexus. Song Hongai was completely bewildered. At least there were some things she had never heard of before. Wang Jiayao knows more about music and explained, it is a synthesizer for making electronic music. Then, Wang Jiayao looked at Yi Chen and said, I really like this tone. Could you send me the preset of this tone? Yi Chen continued to ignore Wang Jiayao and paid her no attention. At this moment, Song Hongai suddenly said, I am going downstairs to make a long-distance call to my husband. You two can have a good chat. After saying that, Song Hongai left the room, closed the door, and left the two of them alone in the room. This was also the purpose of their visit. It was all so that Wang Jiayao could meet Yi Chen alone and then apologize. Wang Jiayao, the #1 beauty in Yunju who was always seen as a goddess by all men, suddenly knelt down in front of Yi Chen. She said, I am sorry. Yi Chen looked at Wang Jiayao kneeling in front of him, and his heart became excited. This is the woman Yi Chen has loved for 3 whole years. She was also the woman who hurt Yi Chen the most. Just recently, Wang Jiayao claimed that she would never apologize to Yi Chen. She said that she would make Yi Chen regret divorcing her. She even wanted Yi Chen to kneel down and apologize to her. Yi Chen had been waiting for this day. These are the 3 words he had been waiting for. Yi Chen said, Wang Jiayao, these 3 words have kept me waiting for so long. Last time you said you would never say I'm sorry to me. Yi Chen laughed. He felt he had won. Wang Jiayao knelt down, clutching Yi Chen's trouser leg, pleading desperately with tears streaming down her face. She said, I am so sorry, honey. It is all my fault. Please forgive me. Who would have thought that Yunju's #1 beauty, a flawless heiress, would have such a humble day? Yi Chen remained unmoved and asked, you did something to wrong me, and you are only apologizing now. How can I forgive you? Wang Jiayao wiped away her tears and explained, honey, you have misunderstood. I have not done anything to betray you. Yi Chen immediately became furious and said, I saw it with my own eyes, and you still want to deny it. Wang Jiayao quickly said, listen to me. I was really confused at that time. I fell for Fang Keo's trick and was lured to the hotel by him. However, we did not do anything and you came to deliver the food. After you left, I felt very sorry for you, so I left the hotel on the spot and went home to cook for you. But my cooking is not very good, and I was afraid you would not like it, so I ordered takeout for you. There are security cameras at the entrance of our house. The video and time of my return home that day are still available. You can check it yourself to see if I came home immediately. Yi Chen was at a loss. He did not know if what Wang Jiayao said was true or a lie she deliberately made up in order to get back together with him. Yi Chen did not want to figure it out either. He said coldly, "Even if it is true, you already had thoughts of betraying me back then." Yi Chen said, "So I still cannot forgive you." Wang Jiayao started crying again and said, "Husband, I have my reasons. The person I love has always been you. I was deceived by Fang Kao because I wanted to do something for the family too much. As you know, my dad and my uncle are fighting over the inheritance in the family. My dad does not have a son, so the company will definitely be handed over to Wang Xiaoji in the future. That is why my parents have been putting pressure on me. I had no choice but to do this." Yi Chen knew about these things without Wang Jiayao having to say them. Yi Chen said, "I will even assume you had no choice, but you keep saying you love me. Do you not find that ridiculous? You love me so much, yet you have not let me touch you for 3 years." Wang Jiayao tearfully said, "This is what my mother asked me to do. I also want to be a real husband and wife with you, but my mother will not allow it. Believe me, I am still a pure woman, and I can be your real husband and wife tonight." As Wang Jiayao spoke, she pulled Yi Chen's suit jacket. Yi Chen shoved Wang Jiayao away and said, "Do not touch me." Yi Chen said, "Wang Jiayao, you know yourself that if I were still that good for nothing Yi Chen, still that Yi Chen who delivers takeout every day, you would never kneel in front of me and say these things. You are only apologizing because you know I am rich. I do not like women who love money so much. We cannot get back together." Wang Jiayao quickly explained, "I do not love money, I love you." However, no matter what Wang Jiayao said, Yi Chen ignored her. Overwhelmed with excitement, Wang Jiayao threw herself into Yi Chen's arms. She had originally intended to force a kiss on Yi Chen, but he dodged it. Yi Chen said, "Do not do this, let go of me." He tried to shake off Wang Jiayao, but Wang Jiayao's hands were stuck to Yi Chen's body like glue. Unless he used brute force, he could not shake her off at all. Wang Jiayao said, "I will not let go." She hugged Yi Chen and started acting stubborn. Yi Chen had no choice. He could not very well knock her down with one punch, could he? This move was also taught to Wang Jiayao by Song Hongai. While holding Yi Chen in her arms, Wang Jiayao asked, "You bought the villa in Phuket for me, right? You know I love that place the most. I really want to stay in that villa for a few days, drink with you, and watch the sea. And this place, I love this villa too. Can I move in here? I want to have a son for you and then a daughter, okay?" Wang Jiayao's gentle approach softened Yi Chen's heart. However, Yi Chen is not someone who is easily fooled. He hardened his heart and pushed Wang Jiayao onto the bed. Because the bed is very soft, Wang Jiayao did not fall and get hurt. Then Yi Chen said, "Wang Jiayao, if you knelt down and apologized to me before I revealed my identity, we still had a chance to get back together. But if you wait until I become the CEO to do this, I just find you disgusting." After saying that, Yi Chen, fearing that he would be bothered by Wang Jiayao again, left the bedroom. Upon arriving on the first floor, Yi Chen said to Song Hongai, who was pretending to make a phone call, "Song Hongai, take Wang Jiayao away. I need to rest." Seeing Yi Chen's angry expression, Song Hongai quickly put down the phone and said, "Oh, I will go check on her." She hurried up to the third floor, opened the bedroom door, and found Wang Jiayao hiding under Yi Chen's blanket, crying. Song Hongai quickly stepped forward and handed Wang Jiayao a tissue and said, "My dear lady, what are you doing? You are crying your eyes out. How is Yi Chen supposed to sleep?" Wang Jiayao hugged Song Hongai and cried. Wang Jiayao cried, "What should I do? Yi Chen will not forgive me." I even knelt down before him. It was the first time in my life I had ever knelt down. Song Hongai patted Wang Jiayao on the shoulder and comforted her. Song Hongai said, "Do not worry. This is only the first time. How can they forgive you so easily? It will be fine after a few more times." Wang Jiayao asked, "What should I do now?" Just then, a clap of thunder sounded in the sky outside. It was about to rain. Song Hongai had a sudden inspiration and said, "Go to the courtyard, kneel down and beg Yi Chen for forgiveness. Tell him that if he does not forgive you, you will just keep kneeling there without getting up." Wang Jiayao said yes. She was going all out. She just wanted to become Mrs. Yi as soon as possible. Song Hongai led Wang Jiayao downstairs and said to Yi Chen politely, "Mr. Yi, we apologize for disturbing you tonight. We will be leaving now." Yi Chen did not come out to see them off. He said, "I will have the driver take you out." Yi Chen arranged for a driver to take them, but as soon as Wang Jiayao stepped out of the courtyard, she knelt down again and shouted, "Yi Chen, I will not get up until you forgive me today." Song Hongai was Wang Jiayao's strategist, and her main method was to have Wang Jiayao relentlessly pursue Yi Chen. She was experienced and knew men very well. She knew that many men are tough on the outside but soft on the inside. Women, especially beautiful women, are very easy to accept if they take the initiative to pursue and apologize. Song Hong'e pretended to be surprised, then walked into the villa and said to Yi Chen, look, Jiao has knelt down and apologized to you again. She said she will not get up until you forgive her. I just checked the weather forecast, and there is going to be a heavy rain soon. Why do not you forgive her first? Otherwise, what will you do if she keeps kneeling like that when it rains? You have taken such good care of her for the past 3 years. She has not even had a cough or a cold. You would not want her to get sick, would you? Song Hong'e knew very well that Yi Chen would be heartbroken if Wang Jiao got sick. Yi Chen would indeed feel sorry for her, but he would not forgive Wang Jiao because of that. Betrayal is a matter of principle. If he forgave her so easily, then the cost and consequences of her wrongdoing would be far too low. Yi Chen remembered that when he arrived, the sky was full of stars, so he thought it would not rain and said, if she wants to kneel, then let her kneel. After saying that, he coldly walked up the stairs to his bedroom on the 3rd floor. Song Hong'e came out again, pretending to persuade Wang Jiao to leave, but before leaving, she said to Wang Jiao, keep it up, sister. About 10 minutes later, another clap of thunder sounded in the sky. Yi Chen went to the window of his bedroom on the 3rd floor and found that the sky, which had been full of stars before, was now completely empty. Instead, it was a somber black. Raindrops kept falling. Yi Chen sighed and said, today is the strangest weather I have ever seen. He remembered that when he checked the weather forecast this morning, it did not mention any rain tonight. He felt that perhaps God saw Wang Jiao, the woman who had cheated on him, kneeling down, and decided to send rain to punish her. The drizzle fell on Wang Jiao's beautiful smooth hair, her delicate face, and her expensive, luxurious dress. Yi Chen stood on the 3rd floor, looking at her through the window. Because there was a courtyard lamp where she was kneeling, Yi Chen could see Wang Jiao's appearance even though it was late at night. At this moment, Yi Chen watched his ex-wife get soaked in the rain without pity and even felt a sense of vengeful pleasure. He spoke silently in the room. Everyone has their own fault. Wang Jiao, kneel down. I will not go easy on you. Gradually, the rain intensified and the wind began to howl. The torrential rain relentlessly lashed at Wang Jiao's body, quickly soaking her completely. Her hair was completely wet, and it had lost all its previous volume, sticking straight to her scalp. Her makeup was completely ruined. The meticulous makeup she had spent an hour putting on before coming was now gone. However, even at this moment, when everyone should be in a terrible state, Yi Chen discovered that Wang Jiao was still as beautiful as ever. He thought to himself, this woman is a beauty that comes along only once in a millennium. Even though she is soaked to the bone and looks so disheveled from the rain, she is still incredibly beautiful. No wonder Yi Chen liked Wang Jiao so much in the past. She was just too beautiful, but the thought that he had never had her filled Yi Chen with regret. To be honest, Yi Chen had no regret about his divorce from Wang Jiao. Just like Tsai Murong wrote in Hope, Yi Chen never asked Wang Jiao to give him a lifetime. He only wanted that moment, only wanted the process of loving deeply. However, Yi Chen's journey was not without regrets. That meant Wang Jiao was never Yi Chen's woman. Looking at Wang Jiao, whose features were so exquisite they were almost drool-worthy, Yi Chen suddenly had a wicked thought. He wondered if he should be dishonest for once, pretend to forgive her and let her stay overnight. Then tomorrow he would turn his back on her, but an idea was just an idea. After all, it was Yi Chen's biggest regret in his life. Yi Chen would never do such a thing. Yi Chen simply stopped looking at her, lest this wicked thought slowly become a reality. An hour passed, and although the rain had lessened somewhat, it still had not stopped. Yi Chen went to the window again and found Wang Jiao still kneeling. He sighed. Perhaps he should go downstairs and tell Wang Jiao that no matter how long she kneels, Yi Chen will never forgive her. However, he was afraid that Wang Jiao would pester him again like she had before. With a heavy heart, Yi Chen waited for another hour. For the entire hour, Yi Chen kept an eye on Wang Jiao, watching to see if she would slack off and take a break. However, Wang Jiao knelt there, motionless. Yi Chen knew that Wang Jiao was a pampered young lady. Unlike the strong Qin Hongyan, Wang Jiao definitely could not withstand being soaked in the rain like this. Sure enough, 2 minutes later, Wang Jiao suddenly started to sway. With a loud thud, Wang Jiao collapsed to the side, unconscious. Almost instinctively, Yi Chen rushed downstairs and ran outside into the courtyard. He called out, Wang Jiao, Wang Jiao. He patted Wang Jiao's face, trying to wake her up. However, Wang Jiao did not react at all. Yi Chen had been on the battlefield. People who pretended to be dead or unconscious could not escape his eyes. Therefore, Yi Chen was now certain that Wang Jiao had truly fainted. So Yi Chen picked up Wang Jiao and carried her back to the villa, placing her on the sofa in the 1st floor living room. This was actually the first time Yi Chen had ever hugged Wang Jiayao. After 3 years of marriage, Yi Chen finally had this honor. Thinking about this, Yi Chen could not help but feel the irony. A servant came out of the servant's room and said, "Young master." Yi Chen took a towel from the maid, and while wiping the rain off Wang Jiayao, said to the maid, "Call 120. The maid said, "Yes, young master." The ambulance arrived quickly, and the doctors lifted Wang Jiayao into the vehicle. Before leaving, Yi Chen instructed a female medical worker, after she wakes up, "Do not tell her that I carried her into the house. Just say that you picked her up from outside the yard." The female medical staff member seemed a little confused and replied, "Oh, okay." Yi Chen then gave the medical staff the phone number of Wang Jiao's family. Half an hour later, at Yunju Affiliated Hospital, Wang Jiao had received an IV drip and had already woken up. Song Hong, along with the Wang family, also arrived. Wang Jiao was fine. She had just caught a cold. Her family did not seem to care. They were more concerned about the outcome of Wang Jiao's visit to Yi Chen. Su Lan asked, "Jiao, how did your talk with Yi Chen go?" Wang Jiao sobbed and said, "Yi Chen is so cruel. I knelt for 2 hours, and he still will not forgive me." Song Hong glanced at Wang Jiao and asked the nurse, "When you brought her here, was she lying inside or in the yard?" The nurse hesitated for a long time. Seeing how pitiful Wang Jiao was, she felt very dissatisfied with Yi Chen. She said, "Seriously, does being rich give you the right to do this? Making such a beautiful woman kneel down and apologize to a man? I am not listening to him." The nurse refused to follow Yi Chen's instruction to hide the truth. Whether they are nurses, doctors, pilots, or entrepreneurs, they are both men and women, and they also have feelings of the same sex. To the female nurses, a beauty like Wang Jiao was like a celestial being. A woman like this should be cherished by men. How could she kneel down and apologize to a man? This is outrageous. This female nurse was actually a thorough feminist. She had a feminist account on Weibo with a large number of followers and often posted articles to speak up for women. Last year, renowned pianist Qin Lang got married to a woman more than 10 years younger than him. This female nurse criticized Qin Lang on Weibo, saying that Qin Lang, a middle-aged greasy man, was not worthy of marrying such a wife. Qin Lang is, after all, a world-class pianist, a piano genius that has emerged only once in many years. In this nurse's eyes, even a successful man like him is not worthy of marrying a young and beautiful woman. It is easy to imagine how deep her prejudice against men was, so the nurse deliberately made up a lie. She said, when we went in, she was in a bedroom on the 2nd or 3rd floor of the villa. Everyone was very happy that Yi Chen put Wang Jiao in the house. At least he was not too heartless. Of course, Yi Chen is a gentleman after all, so it is normal for him to do this. After all, Wang Jiao had already fainted. They could not let her continue to get soaked in the rain. The nurse continued, "When we lifted Miss Wang, we found that her body had been dried off. Except for her hair and clothes, which were wet, there was no rainwater on her arms, thighs, or calves." The nurse was clearly lying. Yi Chen had simply carried Wang Jiao inside and placed her in the living room. Yi Chen only wiped her face and neck with a towel. He did not touch any other parts of her body. Upon hearing this, the group became surprised. Did Yi Chen wipe Wang Jiao down? Wang Jiao was even a little shy. She really hoped that was the truth. However, she also knew that the maid in the villa might have done it, not Yi Chen. At this moment, the nurse continued. "Also, I noticed that Miss Wang's clothes are somewhat disheveled. I suspect that the man in the villa might have taken advantage of you." Hearing the nurse's words, Wang Jiao and Su Lan were both delighted. Wang Jiao said happily, "Yi Chen still loves me. I knew he loved me." The nurse was puzzled and said, "Miss Wang, you are as beautiful as a fairy. You could have any man you wanted. Why would you kneel down to a man? That is such a disgrace to women. I do not think that guy is anything special. He is just rich, and he is probably not even 180 centimeters tall. He is just a second-class disabled person. Miss Wang, if you're looking for a partner, I can introduce you to someone tall, handsome, and rich." Upon hearing this, Song Hong took out 100 yuan from her bag. Song Hong handed it to the nurse, saying, "All right, you can go now. This is none of your business. How dare they call Yi Chen a second-class disabled person?" Even Song Hong would want to snatch Yi Chen. A super rich man if he were not her best friend's man. After the nurse left the ward, Wang Jiao happily shook hands with Su Lan to celebrate. She said, "Mom, did you hear that? Yi Chen might have kissed me." Su Lan said happily, I heard that. My daughter is so beautiful. Yi Chen is a man after all. How could he resist looking at you?" Wang Jiao looked at Song Hong and asked, "Does this mean he has forgiven me?" Song Hong smiled and said, "I told you long ago that Yi Chen was just being tough on the surface. He probably forgave you a long time ago. It is just that as a man and as a CEO, he cares too much about his image." Jiayao, keep trying. Sooner or later, he will get back together with you. Wang Jiayao nodded vigorously and said yes. Wang Xiaoji and Wang Yunyuan were also present. Of course, they were not concerned about Wang Jiao's health. They were more concerned about figuring out Yi Chen's attitude towards her. Wang Yunyuan thought to herself, Yi Chen actually took advantage of Jiayao. I have a better figure than her. If I were to faint at Yi Chen's place one day, would he do something to me too? Wang Yunyuan started indulging in unrealistic fantasies again. Wang Xiaoji stepped forward and said, Wang Jiayao, you should thank me. If I had not been keeping an eye on you all this time and preventing you from living with Fang Kao before marriage. No matter how beautiful you are, after being mistreated by that beast Fang Kao for so long, do you think Yi Chen would still want to touch you? Wang Jiayao is indeed very grateful to Wang Xiaoji. The lie about booking the hotel room could be covered up, but during the period from obtaining the marriage certificate to getting married, if Wang Xiaoji had not pretended to be his grandmother and called to supervise him every night, Wang Jiayao might have already slept with Fang Kao. After all, they had already registered their marriage, making them a legally married couple. But if that were the case, Yi Chen would definitely despise Wang Jiayao. Wang Jiayao sincerely thanked Wang Xiaoji and said, Thank you, brother Xiaoji. After saying that, Wang Jiayao pulled out the syringe and said, I fainted from sadness. I do not need the injection anymore. I want to go home and tell Grandma the good news. Previously, old Mrs. Wang said that if Wang Jiayao could not win Yi Chen back, she would not acknowledge her as a member of the Wang family. Now that she had made such great progress on her first visit to Yi Chen, she naturally wanted her grandmother to know. Half an hour later, at Zishan Villa, after hearing the story, Grandma Wang smiled with relief. Grandma Wang said, Thank God for giving my granddaughter such a beautiful face. As long as Yi Chen still has feelings for you, you have a chance to get back together with him. Song Hongai agreed. Song Hongai said, The problem now is that Yi Chen has to pretend to be very ruthless on the surface. I am afraid that if Jiayao goes to him again, he will not even give her a chance to meet him. Grandma Wang nodded and said, Yi Chen is stubborn. He really is. We should create opportunities for Jiayao to meet him. Su Lan asked impatiently, What should we do? She desperately wanted Yi Chen as her son-in-law again. After thinking for a moment, Grandma Wang suddenly turned her gaze to Hua Hua, the poodle she was holding. Grandma Wang threw Hua Hua on the ground and then stomped hard on Hua Hua's front paws. The poodle Hua Hua immediately started barking in pain. Wang Jiayao was also taken aback and asked, Grandma, what is wrong? Her grandmother usually doted on this poodle. Grandma Wang said, Xiaoji, call Yi Chen tomorrow and tell him that his beloved poodle Hua Hua is injured.